Welcome to all the students of BCom, G. Pulla Reddy Degree and PG College. These are the important questions which are going to be asked in the final examination for your semester. So I request all the students to check out. I made it unit wise. So first unit, if you see, write about financial systems in India, role of financial system in country, as well as how this financial system is helping in the economic development of the country. Okay, and the financial markets, whatever financial markets are existing in India, and funds flow matrix. These are the very important for this one, 15 marks as well as 12 marks long answer for your final exam. So first part, I made you a chart for you, that is financial system in India. Financial system, what is the financial system playing an important role? Financial system is characterized by presence of integrated, organized and regulated financial markets. Financial system is characterized by integrated, new, innovative, okay, systematic, organized, which is controlled by an organization which is statutory, and regulated, it is appropriately doing the work. Financial of markets and institutions. Why? To meet the short term and long term financial needs. Short term, that is for 3 years or up to 5 years, and more than 5 years up to 25 years. Long term financial needs of both the household, the people, as well as corporate sector. For the private sector people also, the long term and short term needs can be satisfied by this financial system. Both financial markets and financial institutions play a very important role in the rendering nations services to the community. They operate in close combination with each other. Okay, when you see the role of the financial system, it is a link between savers and investors. Financial system is a link between savers and investors. So let's see what is the distribution. This financial system is divided into 4 different major sectors. You can see the red color boxes here. Financial institutions, financial markets, financial assets, or it is also called as financial instruments, and financial services. Basically, the financial system of India is divided into financial institutions, financial markets, instruments, and financial services. Again, the financial institutions are of 2 types. What are the 2 types? One is banking institutions and non-banking institutions. And banking institutions are of how many types? You can see the purple color, this one here, 4 types. What are the 4 types here? Commercial banks, cooperative banks, regional rural banks. These banks are meant only for the rural areas of the country, not the urban areas. Foreign banks, especially for the people who are doing the export and import business, who is using letter of credit, who is using traveler's check, okay, who is doing the business out of the boundaries. When you move from one country to other country for education purpose or business purpose or movie directing purpose or whatever it is, so exchange of money should be there. So there is a medium of exchange. Our Indian banks are tied up with the foreign banks and helping for exchange of our currency worldwide. So foreign exchange banks. So banking system is of how many types? It is 4 types. Commercial banks, cooperative banks, regional rural banks, and foreign banks. Again, the commercial banks are of 2 types, that is private banks and public sector banks. So first one, I am talking about the financial institutions, red color, and green color boxes. You can see it is divided into 2 types, that is banking institutions, non-banking. Okay, non-banking, again few organizations are there. Banking, if you see, there are 4 types: commercial, cooperative, regional rural banks, and foreign banks. Again, the commercial banks are of 2 types, private and public sector. So let's see the second segment of the financial system. It is financial markets. Financial markets are of 2 types, that is organized markets and unorganized markets. So organized markets and unorganized are not legalized. They are done by the private people or the cheat funds, etc. Organized, which are under the control of a systematic institutions or statutory organizations. So these organized markets are of two types, that is capital market. You can see the purple color box, capital market and money market. Organized. In the financial markets we have two types, organized and unorganized markets. Again, the organized markets are of two types, capital markets and money markets. Capital markets are again divided into two, that is secondary markets and primary markets. Primary markets means the place where the new issue, the new shares, bonds and debentures which are created by the government of India are directly sold, okay, to the public sector companies, which are never purchased by anyone, comes under primary sector. From the primary sector, it is getting the advertisement and prospectus and moving into the money market. That comes in the secondary markets. These secondary markets are controlled by Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange and over the counter exchange. Three institutions are controlling the secondary market. Secondary market is one of the long answer for final exams in the 5th unit, and primary market is also one of the long answer in the 5th unit. Okay. Next, financial services. Financial services are of two types, fund based services and fee based services. Financial services are of two types. One is fund based service, next one is a fee based service. Leasing, hire purchase, customer credit or consumer credit, bill discounting, factoring, insurance, etc. Issue management, merchant banks, credit rating, debit reconstruction, stock brokers, brokering, etc. So these all comes under fee based. So this is one of the important long answer for the final examinations from the first unit. So I request all the students to make a note of this chart. Please make the note of this chart and revise the answer. Next system is financial markets. Structure of financial markets, you can see Reserve Bank of India logo is there and SEBI logo is there. Okay, SEBI logo is there on your right side and RBI logo is there on the left side. So Indian financial market is of two types, that is money market and capital market, like treasury bills, call money, hundis, mutual funds. IPO means initial public offerings. IPO means what? Initial public offerings. This is the structure of financial markets in India. Next, Indian financial market. Once again I made a chart, special chart for you. Money market, if you see treasury bill, which is going to work for 91 days, 365 days and 82 days also. Treasury bill which is having the value for 1 year. A bond which is prepared by a organized sector, statutory organization, treasury bill. This treasury bill is also one of the important 4 marks answer in the first unit for your finals. Same way call money. Call money, for the money is available for you for 24 hours or 14 days also sometimes. Call money. Certificate of deposit, commercial bills and commercial paper are the other sources of the money or the near money which is available for the corporate sectors as well as the household people for short term only. This is for short term only, that is commercial bills, certificate of deposit and commercial paper. So in the money market you can see 5 types, that is treasury bills, call money, certificate of deposit, commercial bills and commercial paper. Out of this 5 topics, one topic is going to be definitely for your finals short answer, that is 4 marks answer, and if you are lucky it may be the 5 marks answer also. When you come for the capital market is of 2 types, non-security market and security market. Non-security market is mutual funds, bank deposits, provident funds, small savings. Non-security is how many types? Mutual funds, bank deposits, provident fund is nothing but your PF, small savings by you in the recurring deposit. Okay, mutual funds if you are investing in any other place other than your business. Next, security market is share, debentures, commodity derivatives. This comes under security knowledge. And next important topic in the first unit is financial instruments. Financial instruments, you can see three types here: cash instruments, derivative instruments, and foreign exchange instruments. So financial instruments are of how many types? It is of three types. One is cash, okay. Next is derivative. Next one is the foreign exchange instruments. Okay, these are very important. Financial instruments here, primary securities also comes, and primary securities and second securities also comes. There are direct securities on this issued. Okay, what comes under primary securities? Equity shares, preference shares, and debentures. Equity shares, preference shares, and debentures. In the secondary, what you will get? Insurance policies, mutual funds, bank deposits, and example of secondary securities. So you can see derivatives. What is the meaning of derivatives? Whose value is derived from the value of underlying financial instruments. These include forwards, futures, options, swaps, mix of this, etc. Next, cash or currency, equity shares, preference shares, debentures, etc. comes here. The following are some of the innovative financial institutions: equity warrants, callable bonds, floating and variable adjustable rate bonds, deep discount bonds, inflation adjusted bonds, retirement bonds, growth bonds, etc. comes under cash derivative instruments. Foreign exchange instruments, you can say letter of credit is one of the example for a foreign exchange. Same way you see types of financial services. We have many types of financial services. Okay, one is investment oriented, promotion oriented, okay, return of income oriented, linking type, trade oriented, credit and performance appraisal. So financial service means what? Efficiency of a financial system. So the efficiency of the financial system mainly depends upon what? It depends upon quality and variety of the financial services provided by financial intermediaries. The term financial service can be defined as activities or benefits and satisfaction connected with the sale of money that offer to users and customers. Financial related value. Financial service organizations render services to industrial enterprise and ultimate consumer markets. Within the financial services industry, the main sectors are banks, financial institutions, and non-banking financial institutions. Okay, financial assets. What are financial assets? Call money, term money, certificate of deposit, short notice, money, treasury bill, and commercial paper. So let me once again repeat for you what is call money. So call money refers to market for very short period. Bill brokers, dealers in stock exchange usually borrow money at call. Okay, this is for mainly for 24 days. Okay, there is no demand of collateral securities. They possess high liquidity, so you have easy cash for that. The investment of funds in the call market meets the needs of liquidity but not that of profitability. It is not for the sake of profit. Call loans are usually used to commercial banks because they can be converted into cash at any time. So mainly call money is used by whom? Mainly the call money is used by commercial banks. Okay, in order to encash. They are almost like a cash. It is form of secondary cash services for the commercial banks from which they earn some income too. Okay, next call money is specially for how many days is? For 24 days. Same way you have term money also, and you have bill market, you have treasury bill. So commercial paper, let me tell you, commercial paper is unsecured money market, okay, which is issued in the form of a promissory note. Commercial paper is what? It is unsecured. It is issued in the form of a promissory note as a privately placed instrument. It was introduced in which year? It was introduced in 1990 with a view to enable highly rated corporate borrowers to diversify their sources of short-term borrowings and to provide a additional instrument to investors. Subsequently, primary dealers and all Indian financial institutions were also permitted to issue this commercial paper to enable them to meet their short-term funding requirements. The Reserve Bank of India guidelines govern the commercial paper. Same way, certificate of deposit. As per RBI, certificate of deposit is a negotiable money market instrument and is issued by dematerialized form. Okay, certificate of deposits are marketable receipts. Is bearer or registered from funds deposited. Reserve Bank of India launched this scheme in which year? In 1989. Which one? Certificate of deposit. Whereas when you come for commercial paper, it is in 1990. Commercial paper is in 1990 and a certificate of deposit is in 1989, permitting by issue with a view to further widen the range of money market instruments and to give investors greater flexibility in the deployment of their short term. Next, if you see, commercial banks are there. Treasury bill is for 91 days specially. Sometimes it is given for 365 days also. It is one of the organized sector bill. Bond, which is issued by again the market, that is the securities. Financial assets is a Ministry of Finance of India is responsible for all this. So once again I will show you financial assets, types of financial services, financial instruments, financial market and financial system. These are very important topics in first unit. So when you come to second unit, I am giving you the important questions only in this class. Okay, second unit, that is which subject we are dealing with? Your subject is financial institutions and markets is our subject. So according to the CS syllabus, I am telling you the important topics of the second unit. So explain the various types of non-banking institutions. What is non-banking financial company? Define leasing. Explain the characteristics of leasing. Define hire purchase system. The features of the hire purchase system. Okay, define venture capital and the features of the venture capital are very important topics. In which one? In second unit, I am repeating once again to you. So I request you to concentrate on commercial banks, merchant banks, venture capital, hire purchases and non-banking financial institutions also. You can include here commercial banks also. Commercial banks also is very important. Merchant banks also is important here. So please all of you concentrate on merchant banks. Okay, commercial banks in the second unit. And non-banking financial institutions. Commercial banks, you have two types of functions, that is primary functions and secondary functions. I did not mention here, but please make a note of that. Everyone please make a note of that, that in here commercial banks also is an important topic. Commercial banks functions is included. Next, merchant banks also please include. So overall 6 topics you are covering here. What are the 6 topics in the second unit is commercial banks, merchant banks, explain the types of non-banking institutions, non-banking financial company, what is leasing, what are its characters, hire purchase, venture capital. So hire purchase, venture capital, next leasing, non-banking, commercial banks and merchant banks are the important topics here. So let me tell in few sentences what is venture capital. Many merchant brokers maintain venture capital, which is a fund to assist the entrepreneur who lack capital, who is not having the capital. So for that people, venture capital is acting as a fund. Capital fund may be provided for unproven ideas. It is provided for productive technology oriented startups. Venture capital has emerged as a new merchant banking activity. It is a form of equity finance specially designed for funding high risk and high renowned process. Same way if you see hire purchase. Hire purchase Act is 1972. It defines hire purchase as an agreement. Hire purchase is an agreement under which goods are let on hire and under which are hire on option to purchase them in accordance with the terms of agreement and included in the Agreements Act. So here 3 parties are very important. So what the main characteristics of this is to pay the payment to be made by the hirer, the buyer. Hirer here is what? Who is this buyer? To the hiree, the person who is taking, usually vendor. The possession of the goods is transformed to buyer immediately. So you are paying some amount from the buyer, it is seller, it is going to buyer. The hiree or vendor can repossess the goods in case of default and treat the amount received by the way of installment. The installments in hire purchase include interest as well as repayment of principal. So you should pay both the amount, principal amount or repayment amount. Okay, so hire purchase transaction with goods are purchased and sold on the terms. Hire purchase system is purchasing the goods and selling the goods on the installment basis. Ownership is transferred for that particular moment only. The ownership is going to be transferred. Okay, next if you go for next, I am telling very shortly actually, but these are the important topics. Leasing is an arrangement that provides firms with use and control over assets. In hire purchase, you are taking the machines or acquiring it, whereas in the venture capital, the technology, whereas in leasing, what is happening is you are taking the control over the assets without buying and owning the same. It is a form of renting assets. Lease is a contract between the owner of the asset and the user of the asset. So, owner of the asset is called as lessor and user of the asset is called as lessee. It gives a right to asset. Okay, so the lease contract is regulated by the terms and conditions. So non-banking institutions also is very important. So I request all to cover here 7 topics: commercial banks, merchant banks, non-banking institutions, leasing, hire purchase and venture capital. When you come to third unit, mainly for degree second year students only, I am talking about define money market, explain the features and functions of money market, explain briefly the functions, role and structure of RBI. So I request all the BCom students of second year to concentrate, who are having this subject. Please concentrate on RBI. RBI is a mandatory compulsory answer for your final exams. It may be the organization of RBI. Okay, the functions of RBI, the role and the management of the RBI. First you revise RBI, then you move to the topic money market. Okay, money market and features of money market. So in money market, what type of concepts comes is call money, collateral loan, acceptance, bill market, commercial paper, certificate of deposit. These are all short answers. Commercial bills, treasury bills. These comes under money market. I repeat once again, call money, treasury bills, okay, collateral loan market, acceptance market, bill market, commercial paper, certificate of deposit. So these also comes for short answers. These two are very important in third unit. When you come to fourth unit, evolution of debt market in India, what are the debt instruments, various types of debt instruments. Next, government securities, explain the features of government securities and public sector undertakings. Explain. These are the answers under which one? Under the fourth unit. Okay, debt market is very, very important. Next, types of debt instruments. Types of debt instruments, government securities, types of debt instruments means what type of comes: government securities, corporate bonds, certificate of deposit, commercial papers, treasury bill, zero coupon bonds, deep discount bonds, PSU, tax free and taxable bonds, debentures, government guaranteed bonds. These comes under government, this one, debt instruments. And public sector companies also. Next, Securities Trading Corporation of India is part of public sector undertaking. Securities Trading Corporation of India, okay, which was started in May 1994 by RBI. This is in fourth unit. When you come to the fifth unit, it is very important. What are stock exchanges? Explain. What is secondary market? What is SEBI? Explain the role and functions of it. What is primary market? Explain the features and types of primary market. In the stock exchanges, what is coming? Stock exchanges, you get Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, and over the counter exchange is one. That is stock exchange, secondary market. SEBI, you learn the functions of SEBI, powers. Okay, powers we have three types, that is protective powers, development powers. Okay, next to research powers we have powers of SEBI. Next, functions of SEBI, role played by SEBI and when the SEBI has been started, management. SEBI started according to section 4 in 1992. Okay, we have one chairman, we have two members which are appointed by this one, Ministry of Central Government. Two officials are coming as members. One member is coming from RBI and 5 members are coming from the central government again, which are appointed. So nearly we have 9 members in SEBI. That is very important. SEBI introduction, why the SEBI started, management, role and functions of SEBI is very important. So next, when you come to the primary market and the secondary market, primary market you get initial public offerings and follow-up public offerings in the primary market. So please all of you concentrate on this. On secondary market. Secondary market, what comes? OTCEI, over the counter exchange. Next, NSE, National Stock Exchange, and BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. And what are the NSEX you have under the BSE? Electronic trading, stock market indices. Recent developments in the secondary market. Over the counter exchange of India is OTCEI. Okay, OTCEI also may come for short sometimes. If you are lucky, it is going to come for long answer also. So you concentrate in Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange under the secondary markets. So primary market, if you learn about the primary market, public issue, prospectus, methods of marketing securities, follow on public offerings and initial public offerings. Initial public offerings and follow on public offerings are very important in the primary markets. Initial public offering may come for 4 marks also. So what is initial public offering is? It is a referred to a floating which an issuer or a company purpose to public in the form of ordinary stock or shares. They are generally offered by new and medium sized firms looking for funds to grow. IPO company may procure the support of characterized enterprise. The initial public offering assumes that the firm has a significant market presence and has obligatory past record to raise the assets to public equity. If the firm later trades recently trended shared once again to equity market, it is shown as seasoned equity offerings. So let me tell about primary market. The new issue market, which is representing the new securities or the new shares or bonds that have never previously issued or offered. But both the new companies and existing ones can raise the capital by taking this new issue. The primary function of the new issue market is to facilitate and transfer funds from the willing investors to entrepreneurs. Okay, the features of primary market, what is the main features of the primary market are to give the long term equity capital. Okay, and the securities are issued to the company directly to the investors, and to receive the money and issue new securities and new issue market does not include certain other sources. Functions, what the functions of primary market is? Originating, underwriting, okay, distribution. Originating means what? It refers to the work of investigation, analysis, processing of new project proposals. Origination means what? Investigation, analysis and processing of new project proposals. Underwriting is, it is an agreement whereby the underwriter promises to subscribe to specified number of shares and debentures. Agreement, what is agreement made? To subscribe a specified number of shares which are not sold also can be taken. Distribution, it is a function of sale of securities. For whom it is selling? For the investors. This service is performed by special agencies. These agencies include brokers, agents, sub-brokers, etc. What is the role of primary market? Capital formation, liquidity, diversification of the risk and reduction in the cost. For capital formation, liquidity, diversification of the risk and reduction of the cost. What are the advantages of this primary market? Mobilization of saving, channelizing saving, sources of large funds and rapid industrialization growth.